They say that the eyes are the window to the soul. But what about the eye that watches from above? The Eye of Providence, an ancient symbol, shrouded in mystery, whispered about in secret societies, and embedded into the very fabric of history. But what does it truly mean? Is it simply a representation of divine guidance? Or is there something far more profound hidden behind its gaze? You've seen it before, on the Great Seal of the United States, within the intricate architecture of cathedrals, and even in sacred manuscripts. Some claim it is the all-seeing eye of God, a representation of enlightenment and spiritual awakening. Others say it is a mark of control, a hidden symbol of power, used by secret orders throughout history. But what if the truth is even more mysterious? What if the Eye of Providence is more than a mere emblem, but a gateway, a key to unlocking the deepest mysteries of perception, consciousness, and divine awareness? In this video, we will delve into the origins of this enigmatic symbol, tracing its roots from the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Greece to the esoteric traditions of the Freemasons and beyond. We will unravel its hidden spiritual significance, exploring how the eye represents not just observation, but the awakening of inner vision, the ability to perceive reality beyond the illusions of the material world. By the end of this journey, you will never look at this symbol the same way again. The question is, are you ready to see beyond the veil? To truly understand the Eye of Providence, we must first journey back to the ancient world, long before it adorned dollar bills and secret society emblems. This symbol's origins stretch deep into the sands of time, rooted in the mystical traditions of ancient Egypt, where it was known as the Eye of Horus. The Egyptians believed the Eye of Horus held immense power. It was a symbol of protection, healing, and restoration, an emblem that connected the earthly realm to the divine. According to legend, the god Horus lost his left eye in a battle with Set, the god of chaos. But through divine magic, the eye was restored, symbolizing the cycle of loss and renewal, death and rebirth. It became a powerful talisman, representing not just physical sight but spiritual vision, the ability to see beyond the material world. Yet Egypt was not the only ancient civilization to revere the all-seeing eye. In ancient Greece, the concept took a philosophical turn. The Eye of Providence became associated with the third eye, a mystical faculty of perception beyond ordinary sight. Greek philosophers like Plato spoke of the nous, the mind's eye, which allowed one to perceive the realm of forms, the ultimate, unchanging reality behind the illusions of the physical world. From Greece, the symbol migrated to early Christianity, where it was reinterpreted as the all-seeing eye of God, a reminder of divine omniscience and guidance. It began to appear in sacred art and architecture, often surrounded by rays of light, representing divine wisdom shining upon the world. But the Eye of Providence did not remain confined to religious iconography. During the Renaissance, with the revival of Hermeticism and Neoplatonism, the symbol took on a new, esoteric meaning. Alchemists and mystics saw it as the eye of inner awakening, the illumination of the soul. It became linked with the pursuit of gnosis, the direct, experiential knowledge of the divine. And then, in the shadows of secrecy, the symbol found its way into the mystical orders of the Freemasons and other esoteric societies. For them, it was the all-seeing eye, representing the watchful gaze of the great architect of the universe. It was a reminder to live a life of virtue, integrity, and truth, for nothing could escape the eye of divine justice. Yet, even here, its meaning remained layered and profound. In Masonic tradition, the eye symbolizes not only divine observation, but also inner vision, the awakened consciousness of the initiate who sees beyond appearances and discerns the hidden truths of existence. Thus, the Eye of Providence is not merely a symbol of power or control, as some conspiracy theories suggest. It is a representation of higher awareness, an invitation to look beyond the surface and perceive the spiritual truths underlying reality. It is a reminder that true sight is not just the ability to see the world around us, but the wisdom to understand the world within. The question now is, what does this ancient symbol mean for us today? In a world overflowing with information and illusion, how can we learn to see with the eyes of the soul? To unlock the true power of the Eye of Providence, we must first understand its most profound meaning: spiritual vision. This is not merely the act of seeing with the physical eyes, but the ability to perceive the hidden realities behind the visible world. It is the awakening of the inner eye, known across spiritual traditions as the third eye, the eye of wisdom, or the eye of the heart. In ancient Hindu philosophy, this inner vision is represented by the Ajna chakra, located between the eyebrows. It is said to be the seat of intuition and higher consciousness. When this chakra is awakened, one gains access to deep spiritual insight, transcending ordinary perception and piercing through the veil of illusion, or Maya. The Eye of Providence, then, can be seen as a symbolic representation of this awakened consciousness. Similarly, in Buddhism, the awakened state of consciousness is known as prajna, or transcendental wisdom. The Buddha is often depicted with a third eye on his forehead, symbolizing his enlightened vision that perceives the true nature of reality beyond birth, death, and suffering. Here, the all-seeing eye is not about surveillance or control, but about seeing the interconnectedness of all things, the web of cause and effect known as karma. But how does one access this higher vision? How do we open the eye that sees beyond appearances? The answer lies in the ancient practice of silent contemplation and meditation. By turning our gaze inward and silencing the distractions of the outer world, we begin to perceive the subtle energies and truths that lie beneath the surface. In Hermetic philosophy, which heavily influenced Renaissance mysticism and esoteric societies, this process is known as theoria, or divine contemplation. It is the practice of looking beyond the material to perceive the spiritual essence that underlies all things. The Eye of Providence, then, is the symbol of this divine gaze, the vision of the initiate who has learned to see the invisible. Consider this: just as the physical eye perceives light and shadow, the spiritual eye perceives truth and illusion. When we are trapped in the duality of the material world, we see only separation, us and them, good and evil, success and failure. But when the inner eye opens, we see the underlying unity of existence. We see that light and shadow are simply two aspects of the same reality. This is why the Eye of Providence is often depicted surrounded by rays of light. It represents the light of gnosis, or spiritual knowledge, that dispels the darkness of ignorance. It is the illumination that comes when we transcend the ego and see with the eyes of the soul. But there is a paradox here. To truly see, we must first close our eyes. We must learn to see in the darkness, to navigate the inner realms of thought, emotion, and intuition. This is the practice of inner vision, a journey into the depths of consciousness where the ultimate truths are revealed. In ancient mystery schools, initiates were trained to awaken this inner vision through rituals of darkness and silence. They were led into underground chambers, away from the distractions of the world, and left alone in complete darkness. It was in this profound silence and solitude that they learned to see with the eyes of the spirit. The Eye of Providence, then, is not just a symbol of divine observation, but a map for spiritual awakening. It is an invitation to embark on the inner journey, a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. It challenges us to go beyond the limits of ordinary perception and access the higher realms of consciousness. But why is this so important? In today's world of constant noise and distraction, the ability to see beyond appearances has never been more crucial. We live in a sea of information, but how much of it is truth? How much of it is illusion? The awakened eye discerns reality from deception, clarity from confusion. It is this power of spiritual vision that the ancient masters sought. It is the reason they revered the Eye of Providence, not as a symbol of worldly power, but as the key to divine wisdom. And it is this wisdom that allows us to live in harmony with the universal laws that govern existence. But there is more to this ancient symbol than just spiritual sight. The Eye of Providence also holds the secret to manifestation and the creative power of consciousness. It is said that what we see with the inner eye, we bring into reality. Now that we've uncovered the profound secrets behind the Eye of Providence, the question arises: how can we apply this ancient wisdom in our lives? How can we awaken our inner vision? harness the power of conscious creation, and align with the divine will. The first step is to cultivate inner observation. In mystical traditions, this is known as the witness state, the practice of observing one's thoughts, emotions, and experiences without attachment or judgment. This is the inner eye that watches in silence, the silent watcher we spoke of earlier. To practice this, begin with daily meditation focused on pure observation. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and simply watch your thoughts as they arise and pass away, like clouds drifting through the sky. Do not engage with them. Do not judge them. Simply observe. This cultivates inner stillness and detachment, allowing you to see through the illusions of the mind. This practice is known as vipassana in Buddhist meditation, or jnana yoga in Hindu philosophy, the path of insight and self-inquiry. By mastering the art of inner observation, you awaken the eye of awareness, the higher consciousness that sees beyond duality. The second step is to purify your vision. Just as the Eye of Providence is depicted above the pyramid, a symbol of ascension and mastery, you must ascend beyond the distortions of fear, desire, and ego. This requires emotional purification and mental clarity. Begin by examining the filters through which you perceive the world. Are your thoughts driven by fear? Are your desires clouding your judgment? Are past experiences distorting your present reality? To purify your vision, practice self-reflection and emotional release. One powerful technique is shadow work, a practice of confronting and integrating your unconscious fears, desires, and limiting beliefs. This can be done through journaling, guided meditations, or working with a trusted spiritual guide. The goal is to bring the hidden aspects of yourself into the light of awareness, thereby purifying your vision. The third step is to align your intention with the divine will. In mystical traditions, this is known as thelema, or divine alignment, the practice of surrendering the ego's desires to the will of the higher self. This requires deep introspection and heart-centered intention. To do this, practice intuitive meditation. Place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Ask yourself, what is my highest purpose? What does my soul truly desire? Listen to the whisper of your intuition, not the noise of your mind. The heart is the gateway to the higher self, and by aligning your intentions with its guidance, you harmonize with the divine will. Another powerful technique is nada yoga, the practice of listening to the inner sound. Sit in silence, close your eyes, and focus on the sound of your breath. As you deepen your concentration, you may hear a subtle, high-pitched frequency. This is known as the anahata nada, the unstruck sound of the universe. By meditating on this sound, you transcend the mind and awaken the eye of inner perception. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration into the Eye of Providence, we must take a moment to reflect on the immense wisdom it holds, not only as a symbol, but as a profound invitation to awaken to the deeper mysteries of existence. The Eye of Providence calls us to recognize our inner sight, to awaken the dormant potential within ourselves to perceive the world beyond the veil of ordinary consciousness. It reminds us that we are not mere passive observers of life, but co-creators of the reality we experience. With every thought, intention, and action, we shape the world around us, guided by the divine intelligence that flows through us. The mystical journey of awakening is not a distant dream, but a present reality, available to each of us in every moment. By choosing to see with clear eyes, to align our hearts with love and wisdom, and to co-create consciously with the universe, we step into a deeper relationship with the divine and awaken the Eye of Providence within ourselves. So, I invite you to reflect on what you've learned today. What does the Eye of Providence mean for you personally? What vision are you ready to manifest into the world? Remember, the universe is waiting for your conscious creation. It is your birthright to shape the world with the vision of your soul. May you walk forward with clarity, purpose, and divine wisdom. May your inner eye be open to the mysteries, and may you always remember that you are both the observer and the creator. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. If you feel called to explore more of these ancient teachings and unlock even deeper wisdom, make sure to subscribe and continue to follow the path of enlightenment with us.